welcome back to the Spider's Web, and we're carrying on with our continuing saga with Specter Ops. We've done the gun. There we go. Gold. Okay, yeah. We've done the profit. We've done the puppet. And now we're doing the final hunter, which is the beast, and the first of our agents, Cobra. We've already given these a wash, if you remember from the last video. So what we're going to be doing now is a little bit more of the paintwork, I think. So with the beast, we're going to be using for his knee pads and these little bits here and there on these straps and whatever. We're just going to keep this fella simple. You know, we're not going to go mad. You know, is it an interesting model to look at without taking anything away from him with the paintwork. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with Cantor Blue for these pads, and just blap some on the wet palette. Okay, a little bit of water just to thin it down, and then we start to paint. Now there's going to be a few places here and there. They're going to be like here, for instance, there's like a metal ring there, so we're going to be doing that in a different colour, but there's not going to be much in the line of different colours. With this model, it's going to be blues near enough all the way. There we go. That's about it, I believe. There's just a few areas I need to go over again with the wash where I've missed. Hadn't realised I'd missed so many places with it. But I'm just going to wash that brush out. Then get the non-oil wash out again, and there we go. So just doing this to fill in the bits that I missed when I first gave this model a wash. Obviously now I've done this, we can't really do anything else until the wash has dried. I'm just trying to find all the areas that need doing. There we go. And that's that. I'm going to leave that for the time being and go over to the Cobra model. And for this, we're not going to be using blacks a great deal. We're going to be using different shades of grey, because a ninja wouldn't be wearing black. The traditional ninja wouldn't be wearing black. The black look, you know, it's just one of these movie inventions that somebody thought would be a good idea. So starting off with, as I say, one form of grey, which would be, when I can find it, Dawnstone, which looks remarkably like this. And we'll just pop some on our wet palette. A little bit of water on the brush. There we are. And now we can get cracking with this. Now we are going to be going over a lot of the wash that we've already done. More than anything, the wash has given us the idea of where all the details are, plus adding a lot of water into this paint makes this yet another wash that we can oh dear, paint over the original wash, and it makes the areas where it's gone over the original wash that touch darker where it needs to be. You'll still be able to see the original wash underneath this particular, or this grey one that we're putting on now. At least I'm hoping you can, because I can. And we're just pushing the paint around, making sure it goes exactly where we want it. Excuse me. I really wish I could get rid of this cough. It's really beginning to annoy me now. And hopefully you can see now why I decided not to use a black wash. It would have been too strong for what I'm planning on, for what I plan to do with this model. And I just wanted a very dark, well not a very dark, like a mid-grey colour. For the life remember though what the traditional colours a ninja would wear. It would be dark blue. It was grey as well they used to use, I'm sure they did. But you see there's still areas on the mask that just need to be tarted up a little. We're going to be trimming, we're going to be adding black to other areas, so it's not going to all be this grey, there will be black scattered around here and there. Got a shaky hand tonight. May not have been a wise idea to start painting, but never mind. Here we go. It's almost done. And there we are. Next one, next one I want to do is, you can just about see a little bit of skin tone in there as well. So for that I'm going to use Specter flesh, little slightly darker flesh tone, and orangey. It will look different once I've added the shade to this and give it a wash. There's a kind of augmented eyepiece there. And now the sword, which we're going to be starting off doing in Warplock bronze. And all over with that colour. I'm not, they would usually be binding around the handle, but there's no moulding for that, so I'm just going to paint it all metallic. I have to may go back and do it all black. Might be the best option. I think I will do the handle black. That would work rather nicely. Then it's just the cross piece there, the knobbly bit here that need doing in a different colour, and I'll do this, the sword or the blade, in like a steel colour. Okay, so now that's that done. Let's see how Wolf Boy here is looking. Oh, he's looking dry. Perfect. A couple of places that doesn't seem to have taken the wash terribly well. So let's get the Nuln Oil out and go over it once more. So it's just a couple of places, not much. Just this ear and that part, this part here. Just right under the budget there. I think that is it. So just a few spots, that's all. I'll put that down once more and come back to it a little bit later. Now what we're going to do is using Abaddon Black, which obviously is that colour. You've seen me use this time and time again. That's going on the wet palette, and I'm going to mix this with a little bit of the blue colour that we used for the pads on the wolf character, and a little bit, just a little bit of the grey. We don't want to make it pure black, we want to make it a bluish greyish colour, much darker though than the fang, otherwise that would be ideal. I just want a very dark colour here, and that's going to go on all the strapping. In fact, I'm going to wash this brush and get another one. So, almost finished now. I have, as you know, done quite a bit of the old shutting up and high speed with the video, because this is just the base coat. We're just putting the colour on. We will be doing the whatchamacallit, the detail work, the highlighting and everything in normal speed. but all you really need to see on this is it being done in the different areas I'm doing. So that looks fairly okay. I'm looking at this through the camera at the moment, for the simple reason being, if I do it that way I can see any areas I've missed. If I'm looking at the model, I've been looking at it too long and I don't see it. Might sound stupid, but it's the same trick as when an artist wants to see if the composition is okay. Looks at the painting that he's doing or she's doing from a bit of a distance, squinting at it. Or if you're doing a jigsaw puzzle, you walk away and come back and you can find your pieces then. The same principle is involved. Okay, so now Drakenhof Nightshade. That's this one here. It's a dark bluey grey colour, and this is the one that we're going to be using for the blue areas on the beast here. And not much to go now, just this bit. Just do another bit over there, and there we are. We'll stand up, and now all over Cobra, except for obviously the eyes. We have just that little bit to do on his foot there at the side. For some strange reason I can't get my brush out. I think that is all we can do with him at the moment. There we are. And Cobra is done. As I said though, I want to do ouch, a different shade to his hair, or his fur rather, and for that I'm going to use Agrax Earthshade. And it's just going to go along here. Try, as I said, make him look brown. The darker black wash underneath it will give it the depth that we're looking for, but we're looking at this one for the colour. I may have to keep going back and doing more and more washes with this. I've not done this technique before for fur, so we're trying something new here. Hopefully it works. Okay, so that's that part, but as I say, I want a slightly paler colour for his chest and his face, hands and feet, and for that we're going for Reichland Flesh Shade. And I'm okay with this bleeding into the Agrax Earth shade, because if doing it that way, you know, when it does bleed in, it will give like a natural transition. And not just look like what you may call it. I don't know what I'm saying now, never mind. My brain's decided now it's going to switch off, so there we go. And down here now, and that will finish what we can do for this fella. I'm hoping when it's dry it looks the way I'd want it to. We are going to be coming over highlighting a little bit with some flesh colours, but for now that's all really we can do. So I'll put him down to one side and allow him to dry. Let's have a quick look at Cobra, see how he's looking. I don't think he'll be dry enough yet to do anything with. No, not quite. But we do need to just go over his eye with the Reichland Flesh Shade. There we go, we'll leave it at that. And that is it for this video, I think. So when we come back, we'll do a little bit more with these two and then make a start on the Blue Jay, this on Spider, and might get a start on Orangutan. But for now, that's all really we can do. So until next time, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.